You better bring your fan because I'm Ron Reid and I'm on Katie Chats and it's hot. You got to get a piece of this action. Thank you.
Reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto with actor and filmmaker Ron Reid. What was the inspiration behind your latest project, 9088?
Well, as a Canadian, there's very few books in the schools on Japanese Canadians, so it's kind of shocking to find this one page in there and then find out there's a really long history of things that went on. So I just kind of used that to propel me to kind of go and find out more.
How did you go about your research process?
Actually went to Oji-chan, Oba-chan, that's like Japanese for senior people's place, so kind of retirement home. So they had lots of books there. So I just kind of whenever something would come up, someone would direct me there. So I would do research with books, started talking to people, and then slowly things started to snowball in the right direction.
And you've lived in Japan for quite a long time. What draws you to the Japanese culture?
It's kind of like a hyper-Canadian culture, except there's no diversity. People are friendly, people are clean, they're really great when you get to know them. Yeah, there's just something mysterious about Japan, and when I started to volunteer work here and work with Japanese here, it was a kind of teaser to go there, so it was easy to go.
And you've made countless films. Is it over 14 films now?
Yeah, actually we're over 25 now, and maybe over almost 80 films just with clips and things listed on YouTube, so it's quite nice, yeah.
And you typically choose material either about women or about diverse groups of people. Why do you find those subjects so interesting?
Well, when I was coming up through the ranks through indies and stuff, I found that there were very few diverse people. When I went for commercials, like national commercials, I would get picked quite often quickly because there weren't a lot of diverse people there. So for Land Rover, I got picked instantly, while other groups, there were lots of people and there was lots of continual auditions. So yeah, just I'm trying to challenge what's not there to show that there's lots of diversity in acting. Like there's lots of great actors, both men and women from different groups. So I don't see Chinese or black or Jewish. I just try to get anybody in there. So whoever's not there, I try to get out there and get more of those people in there.
And you are an actor as well. Tell me a little bit about your acting process and how you go about getting into character.
Well, John Boylan has a Center for the Arts here in Toronto, and a number of actors have come out of there. And I would go there and kind of cheat a little bit. I was on the directing side, but I would go there and just do kind of, I think they call it accreditation, where you can just kind of sit in on classes. So I'd actually watch actors that were just about to break it big. So I think one of the actors, well, John Boylan's on, I think it's Be and Erica. He's the father on there. So his method acting is something good to watch here in Toronto. And I would also just kind of watch a lot of films. There's certain films that get you into character a lot more. And sometimes it's not good to watch very many things. So it's just different things. It really just depends on the project or who's yelling at me.
And what types of projects do you hope to develop in the future?
Okay, one we're trying to shoot here is a little bit of, I wouldn't say rip-off, I'd say influenced by the Marvel's kind of secret agent one that they're doing with the Avengers. And I've started recruiting people and trying to get them ready to do some role-playing. So I think that Marvel's agency one, well, the Shield I think it's called, we're going to call it Protector or something like that. We'll have to make up a new name. But the reason I want to do that project is trying to show the diversity of Toronto in just normal characters. And they show it a little bit on the show, but I just want to push it a little bit more.
What was it like being featured on CBC's website?
It was pretty good. It was right after Caravana, and I approached them about putting it on their site. They had a look at the content, and it was just very simple, and it was around Caravana. And the news is already passed, but yeah, it was pretty nice. It was kind of a shock to get back, and they said, you've been approved. So yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty exciting.
Can you tell me a little bit more specifically about the content and what you were showcasing?
Well, we're kind of tinkering with a kind of S.H.I.E.L.D., Avengers kind of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing before the series starts. So we thought, what about a Canadian version where Canadians would have superheroes? And basically that part that we shot would be someone's getting too close to the superheroes, they tap you, and then you wake up in a place. So what we showed on CBC was the guy waking up at Caravana. We wanted a real event that takes place culturally, so we kind of tied two things in. So it was quite good.
And tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind one of your upcoming projects about a black Sherlock Holmes.
Well, probably elementary in the States has Sherlock Holmes taken place in the U.S., and that's always very different. I think that might have been tried before, but Lucy Liu as Watson is very interesting. So that has been an inspiration where Sherlock Holmes can be taken in different directions. But what about someone in an urban context who is a Sherlock Holmes who doesn't want to be a Sherlock Holmes, kind of solving cases and trying to use an older Dr. Watson? So it kind of juxtapositions everything around, where instead of England, it's in a more comfortable urban setting. And it kind of reflects what people might relate to, because some people might not watch Robert Downey. He's very good. He's one of the best. But what about something in an urban context where someone had to solve something in a more contemporary kind of context? Yeah. And
where is the best place to find out more information on you and all of your projects online?
Well, YouTube will have some updates, and our Twitter page as well. Both of those places will have things, and of course CBC and Katie Chats will always have some updates.
Thank you so much, Ron. Congratulations on all of your success, and best of luck with the upcoming projects.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Katie Allman reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.